Chevrolet gave the Colorado a new lease on life when it refreshed the popular mid-size pickup truck. And although the redesign brought many welcome changes, several major flaws left fans of the bow tie brand across the nation disappointed. But now, the 2024 variant is here to rewrite the history books and redo the wrongdoings of its previous model. Stick around to find out whether the 2024 Colorado fixes the 5 worst flaws of its previous model, and keep watching until the end to find out all the improvements Chevy has made to their Challenger in the highly competitive mid-size pickup truck segment this year. Problem 6. Lack of an extreme off-roader. As soon as the covers were pulled off the Chevy Colorado last year, many were quick to point out the lack of a competitor to the extreme off-roader rivals like Toyota and Ford have introduced to the market. While it is true that the Colorado ZR2 was a sizable off-road focused upgrade over its regular counterpart, the lack of a balls-to-the-wall flagship off-roader in the lineup was more than apparent. It seems that Chevrolet has heard our complaints, as they've let the rowdy ZR2 Bison loose for the 2024 model year to take the fight to the Ranger Raptors and Tacoma TRDs of the world. Taking its name from the national mammal of the United States, the ZR2 Bison is the biggest and baddest version of the Chevy Colorado money can buy. Chevrolet has collaborated with American Expedition Vehicles to come up with this behemoth, and if you know anything about AEV, you already know that this Overlander is bound to be a good one. Speaking of AEV, the Missoula, Montana-based off-road accessory manufacturer has thrown the kitchen sink at the Bison, equipping it with a full-width steel front bumper, a steel corner plate-equipped rear bumper, and fender flares all around to accommodate the massive 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler Territory mud terrain tires, which are the biggest you can get in this segment. In fact, the 2024 ZR2 Bison is only the second Chevy pickup truck ever to come out with 35-inch tires installed from the factory, with the other being the equally impressive Silverado 2500 HD. The Bison also has a 1-inch wider track compared to the regular ZR2 of last year, and sits 1.5 inches higher, rounding up for a total ground clearance of 12.2 inches. Tuned Multimatic spool valve dampers allow for 9.9 inches of travel at the front and 11.6 inches of travel at the back, making the Bison a force to be reckoned with if you're planning to go jumping over the sand dunes of the Baja California desert. AEV branded headrests and floor mats put a special touch on this monstrous pickup's interior, and overall, we think it's safe to say that the 2024 ZR2 Bison is a welcome addition to the lineup, which was sorely missed during the previous model year. Problem 5. Limited number of packages to pick from. Last year's Colorado offered several appearance and technology packages for buyers to pick and choose from, but many complained that the number of choices was lacking when compared to what was being offered elsewhere. Not only that, but some desirable packages were only available with a handful of trim levels, which left a sour taste in the mouths of potential Colorado buyers. The story changes this year though, as not only have new packages been introduced, but they are now offered across a wider selection of trim levels than what was offered during the previous model year. For 2024, the hood decal package becomes available on the LT, T71, and the Trail Boss. These aforementioned models also get the blind zone steering assist with trailering package, but it only becomes available on the ZR2 when equipped with the safety package. This was not offered during 2023 and will be a handy feature to have, especially for those who frequently find themselves hooking a trailer to the back of their Colorado. The Trail Boss Z71 and ZR2 also get a new off-road lighting package, while the WT's convenience package has been improved with the addition of the floor console as standard. The front fender decal package and dark essentials package now see wider availability, with the latter only being available on the Trail Boss last year. The availability of these different packages across the model range is a welcome change in our books, and will go a long way in letting users customize their Colorados to their specific tastes. Rest assured, no two Colorados you'll come across on your daily commute will be carbon copies of each other. Problem 4. No choice in body configurations. One of the main gripes many had with the previous Colorado was the lack of bed and body configurations, with all 2023 Colorados being limited to a 4-door crew cab body and a 5-foot bed. Sadly, this has not changed in 2024, with Chevy stubbornly sticking to the tried and tested formula for the second year in a row. Seeing a 2-door Colorado roll off the assembly line would have been a breath of fresh air in today's market, But for now, the Toyota Tacoma Extra Cab remains the only option for those who want to go against the norm and ditch the crew cab lifestyle. Ever heard the saying that goes, "Every cloud has a silver lining"? Well, the 2024 Colorado provides a perfect example of this. Despite having a less than stellar 5-foot bed, this pickup has the best towing and payload capacities in this segment at 7,700 pounds and 1,700 pounds respectively. For comparison, its closest rivals like the Nissan Frontier, Toyota Tacoma, and Ford Ranger all failed to cross the 7,000 pound mark in towing capacity, with the Honda Ridgeline embarrassing itself by maxing out at just 5,000 pounds. We're sorry to disappoint you if you've been looking forward to a long bed-equipped Colorado, but there's always next year to look forward to, right? Problem 3. Technological gremlins. Chevy overhauled the Colorado's infotainment system last year, introducing an 11.3-inch high-definition touchscreen that took center stage on the interior. This system seemed like a game-changer at the time, but owners soon found out that this system was more trouble than it was worth. The biggest complaint this system had against it was over-the-air updates fully draining the truck's battery while it was stationary, leaving their owners frustrated and stranded without a way to get back on the road. Luckily, Chevrolet seemed to have got their act together here and addressed this issue with the new model, while also releasing a new service update to fix the issue on models that have already made their way to owners. Problem 2. Weak roof panels. Thought reliability concerns with the previous Colorado were only limited to the interior? Think again, my friend. As soon as the latest generation of Colorado debuted last year, the Bowtie brand came under severe backlash for the trucks having roof panels seemingly made out of paper that would cave at the slightest impact. Some owners even complained of their roofs being dented after going through a touchless car wash, a truly embarrassing situation for one of the world's biggest automakers. Chevy was quick to address this issue as soon as it started grabbing headlines and has reinforced the roof panels of the 2024 variant to ensure that history does not repeat itself. While 2024 Colorado owners will have no problem enjoying the convenience of an automated car wash, owners of last year's model are better off grabbing the good old bucket and towel. Problem 1. Disappointing base engine. The base engine was one of the biggest talking points of every Chevrolet Colorado review for the past year, and we were among the thousands keeping our fingers crossed for a powertrain overhaul for 2024. So it was rather disappointing to hear that the 2024 Colorado will also come with the same turbocharged 2.7-liter inline-4 engine as last year, and as you might have expected, it's offered in two distinct states of tune yet again. Last year's high-output model has been rechristened as the Turbo Max and makes a perfectly respectable 310 horses and 430 pound-feet of torque once you put it through the ringer. But once again, the base L2R engine leaves much to be desired. Not only are the 273 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque performance figures simply laughable when compared to the competition, but many have complained the sluggish performance holds back the Colorado from achieving the full potential of its superb chassis. Poor acceleration and low speed will make speed freaks turn their heads the other way, while the lack of a diesel engine in a truck that puts capability at the forefront has left us scratching our heads. Having identical powertrains also gives the 2024 Colorado similar MPG figures to the model it replaces. In all-wheel drive form, the 2024 variant gets 19 mpg in the city and 23 mpg out on the highway, which improves to 20 mpg and 23 mpg respectively in rear-wheel drive. However, if you were planning to get your hands on an all-new ZR2 Bison with its 35-inch tires, prepare for some bad news. Having bigger rubber on all four corners means you'll be lucky to get 14 mpg around the city and 18 mpg out on the highway. While the 2024 model addresses some of the major flaws of the previous model, there are still areas of improvement. Chevy should look into if they're serious about making the Colorado the best midsize truck money can buy.